Okay, hi everybody. I'm Shikdar Mohammed Kibriah from Bangladesh, a bilingual poet, writer, critic, reviewer, translator, and poetry promoter. Dear friends, first of all, I would like to thank my dear brother friend, poet Prashanda Kumar, who invited me here for this for my recital poetry in this prestigious platform, the Partai Days. Dear friends, I would like to introduce myself with you. I am from Bangladesh, district Sylhet. It is bordering to India, Assam, Meghalaya, and Tripura states in India. I have been writing from my very boyhood. When I began to read and write, I started my writing. It has been habituated to writing because in my family, my elder sister used to read novel and another books. Seeing that, I started to read novel and other books at just when I was a student of class 3. So I have been used to reading, writing, and enjoying the literature, poetry, and other artistic activities, creativities. Dear friends, now my published books are 17 so far. Now I am working for publishing one of my prose collection books, titled Philosophy of Poetry. It will be published very soon, I hope. First published writing was a prose, an article in our Bangladeshi a weekly newspaper in 1987. It was an analytic article on our national political crisis in 1987. The whole 90s, I wrote huge articles on philosophy, and these were published in our national and local newspapers. And my first published book was a prose collections named Mukto Buddhir Samikka, Bengali. In 1997, it was published first, and that was my first published book. Then I published my poetry book, and after that, storybook, etc. Now I'm working online uh, for promoting poetry all the world. Especially, you obviously know I'm the president of Poetry and Literature World Vision. It is the biggest administrative online forum in which 55 admins who are world-class poets are involved with me in my forum. From this forum, recently we have published our biggest creativity work, and it is uh, the Contemporary World Poets, Volume 1, which is appreciated all over the world. Dear friends, you obviously know almost all of the world. It's my pleasure that I am well known for my poetry, article, and other activities in literature. And I always participate in so many recitals, conferences, book fairs, etc. And recently, I'm working uh, on in a jury board in Russia for a competition, literary competition. So that's all in brief about my introducing. Now, I just want to say that I write only to fill me in this universe as a existence. As an existence, I want to fill me and I want to express me with my mission, and that is love and humanity and world peace for all, indiscriminately, any region, any racial, and another thing. But I want to say that all are human beings, all are uh, created by only one creator. So humanity is the first my choice. In my poetry and my other creativities, I would like to express my view on favor of humanity, love, and world peace. Dear friends, now I would like to start my recital. My first poem, titled A Draft for a World Conference. This poetry has been written very recently with a request of my dear friend, Dr. Jawad Jafri from Pakistan, who recently uh, publishing so many anti-war poetry and requested me to write one and send him. So I am now reciting this poetry, first in English, then I would like to place it in my native language, Bengali. A draft for a world conference. Flowers, birds, animals, rivers, mountains, forests, poets, writers, artists, scientists, philosophers, all class people, and all species creatures are well united, strongly decided all the birds not to fly more in the sky, will be thrown like ababil birds into the fleet of modern Abraha. Stand still flowers in their decision not to bloom in any garden, will be blasted like a destructive bomb in the dinner table of the capitalist diplomats. Symbolic poetry, slug, and come out loudly on the local issue with an anti-war slogan, voicing only for a livable world. Integrated all the spiritual philosophers. Pragmatic romance now activates idealism. Maybe ruined epicurism in this human world and chess playing technique of capitalist diplomacy, history, religion, and culture in a body builds a postmodern pragmatism of globalization. Stood rivers, mountains, forests, men, and all creatures against the empowerment of supremacists. Prepare a postmodern life philosophy, a context of human globalization, a poetry of a livable world. This is my first poem. I would like to recite this poem in my native language, Bengali. Dear friends, please listen to this poem. একটি বিশ্ব সম্মেলনের খসড়া, বিশ্ব সম্মেলন, ফুল, পাখি, পশু, নদী, পর্বত, বন, কবি, সাহিত্যিক, শিল্পী, দার্শনিক, বৈজ্ঞানিক, সকল শ্রেণী ও পেশার মানুষ, সকল প্রজাতির প্রাণীরা সুসংবদ্ধ সিদ্ধান্তে সুদৃঢ় পাখি সব উড়বে না আর আকাশে, নিক্ষিপ্ত হবে আবাবিলের মতো আধুনিক আব্রাহার বহরে। ফুলগুলো সিদ্ধান্তে অটল, ফুটবে না আর দৃষ্টিনন্দন বাগানে, এক একটা বিধ্বংসী বোমার মতো বিস্ফোরিত হবে কূটনৈতিক নৈশভোজের টেবিলে। হুলস ছেড়েছে প্রতীকী সব কবিতারা, আত্মমুখর হয়েছে স্থানিক প্রেক্ষাপটে, যুদ্ধ বিরোধী স্লোগান আর বাসচিত্র মানবিক পৃথিবীর বয়ানে। সংহত সকল মহান আত্মার দার্শনিক বিনম্র ভাববাদে উঠে প্রায়োগিক রোমান্স, মানবিক বিশ্বে বিকল্প ভূতের ভগবান এবং ধনবাদী কূটনীতির দাবাড়ু কৌশল। ইতিহাস, ধর্ম আর সংস্কৃতির গণসংহতি নির্মাণ করে বিশ্বায়নের আধুনিকোত্তর প্রায়োগিক মত আর আধিপত্যবাদী ক্ষমতায়নের বিরুদ্ধে দাঁড়িয়ে যায় নদী, পর্বত, বন, মানুষ আর প্রাণীকুল। নির্মিত হয় উত্তর আধুনিক জীবন দর্শন, মানবিক বিশ্বায়নের কনটেক্সট, বাসযোগ্য পৃথিবীর কবিতা। Dear friends, now I'm going to recite my second poem titled Palanquin of Poetry. The dream girl of poetry rides on the palanquin of wisdom, quests an apprehensive world of thoughtfully feeling in the chariot of stellar imagery, kissing the leaves of dreams, hold the night but a bedmate. The fertile land of poetry moves on a lovely path from subject to non-subject, to be ornamented with a wordy art. Incorporeal mind is just an utopia, and a non-specific bird overflows his subject with that hollow hope of platonic vision. The fullness of soul is corporeal, like a lover with a beloved body, being wet like river water playing. Is it to be searched only in a material world, crucifying ideal vine and a romantic beloved? No. Poetry is an absolute feeling of the experiencing world, ornamented a cosmological sky with millions of stars. Dear friends, now I'm going to recite this poetry also in my native language, Bengali. The title is Kobitar Palki. প্রজ্ঞার পালকিতে চড়ে কবিতার স্বপ্ন কন্যা, খুঁজে ভাবের ভূতকম্পন জগৎ, নাট্যত্রিক চিত্রকল্প রথে, বৌবিহীন বাসরে রাত পর স্বপ্ন ঠুট চুমি, বিষয় হতে বিষয়াতীত শব্দশিল্পে কবিতার চারণ ভূমি। বিদেহী মন সে তো কল্পলুকে ভাষা, ও বিশেষী কবি শূন্য সার্বিকে প্লেটো মতে ঠাসা। আত্মার পূর্ণতা দেহে, যেমন প্রেমিক বীজে প্রিয় দেহে, জল কেলি নদীর মতো। তবে কি জড়ের জেনানায় খুঁজে কামিনী, চুলে চড়িয়ে বিবেকী মন আর ভাবের হরিণী? না, কবিতা স্বরূপত বস্তুর ভাবগত প্রকাশ, লক্ষ্য তারায় বিন্যস্ত মহাজাগতিক আকাশ। Dear friends, now my third poem, and it is titled At Derrida's House. It's a poetry about postmodern age, to welcome postmodern age and portraying a postmodern era. Now, welcome to listen it at Derrida's house. While an immigrant in Derrida's house, my favorite words make a poetic heart in a sparkled garden, having smiled deeply with the underwear of art. They grow up like a kitten god, not really all of a sudden, and my self-earned words release an ordinary scent with excursion, sweat, and lust of maturing and adolescent. A classic order of words in category juvenile works well, a typical evolution of feeling surreal post-Genesis perceives the reality in the appearance of nature, truly meditative, like that an abstract truth disposes the real asceticism of the words, from objective to subjective, well-known grass breeds in a newly silted valley, out in colorful face view, while a postmodernist quests a contest of world-class standard in an ordinary lifestyle, locally reviewed. A word cultivator often tries to reach an uncultivated poetic land, even if his turning point is nothing but a prehistoric road to art, absolutely grand. Ancient embryos come back to a compromise with global sensibility, regenerates the age of time in signing words with variety. That modernist looks back to an oblivious ancient city like Vidarbha or Harappa and turns into a postmodern son who is intellectual and finds an infinite time of being settled for absolute meditation. Dear friends, now I'm going to recite my fourth poetry in English, and that is titled Man and Soil. Brought a leaven of soft light in the handful, showering light of full-framed moon upright, flooded the harsh soil to be waitable bright, truly arrested dark night by the moon in full. Responding soil uprises being truly jubilant, smeared the cultivator by melted moonlight, being active with a smile of fruitfully bright, steering counteracts for a soiled amusement. Thus awakened the cultivators and the land, being showered with fondle to save its soul, conceives seed to continue the creative role. He knows the text of nature up to the end. Jubilant nature holds the creative symphony. So man and soil cultivate nature in harmony. My dear friends, now I'm going to recite another poem, and it is titled Lucifer's Soul. In a subjective predication, I denote it an inherent sin, howling of fluid in the lake of lust, lustful ethics, animates the allays of sensation. A corporeal passion revolves around the manly mind. One ideal theorist of Freudian community wants the satiation of polygamous variety. His subconscious mind frequently quests a so-called love solely lustful, since corporeality rears the lascivious virus of his Lucifer soul. Lucifer walks on the way corporeally delicate, while the whole entity is left just incomplete. Dear friends, now it's in Bengali. আত্মার পশু আত্মগত উচ্চারণে আমি বলি অন্তরঙ্গ পাঠ কামনার চৌহদ্দিতে ফ্রয়েডীয় তত্ত্বের বিলাপ চেতনার অলিগলি উস্কে দেয় কামনার নীতি পৌরুষ মনের ধারে করি শুধু শরীরই প্রীতি ফ্রয়েডীয় চেতনায় একমুখী তাত্ত্বিক মানুষ ইন্দ্রিয়জ দাবি তার বহুগামী তৃপ্তির ফানুষ অবচেতন চেতনা খুঁজে পেরে সুতনুর সুখ তনুর তৃপ্তিতে চায় আত্মতৃপ্তি দেহজ অসুখ জীবনের পথে চলে লুসিফার দেহজ স্বভাবে সত্তার শরীর তাকে অসম্পূর্ণ আত্মার অভাবে Dear friends, after that I would like to another poem. Before that, I am sorry to say I have to drink just water, please. Sorry. Welcome to our recitation. Now, the poem, A Thoughtful Guide. Open a website of the sky for an endless quest of experience. Gray sky is own widowed shadow, with shuttled clouds to and fro. And above there is a cerulean ocean of a tranquil cover, going round all the planets in a regulation. In fact, there's nothing to be endless. Hence, the thoughtful guide runs after, in quest of boundary, and starts to the north, in a motive to touch the edge. After crossing North Hemisphere, it is thrown into outer space, like nothingness. But experience is nothing but the lost airplanes in Bermuda Triangle, broken discovery, or pathfinder on Mars. Is the logic final option? Then, where is the border of nothingness? Nothingness has no border for its infinity. Therefore, how the infinity could be existent while extremely everything is to be limited? The thoughtful guide keeps constant circling in the skyline. Then a cycle of fallacy dominates the brain monitor and creates a gray illusion. Hereafter, an astral sky of night stars to flashing a red signal. Declining moon, the vanishing sky, comes down into my eyes with a sleep like a dead planet and killed website. Sitting on the top of the tree, an aerial mother kite is hatching her eggs. That's all. Dear friends, my next poem, Skyline. magic of limited fallacy in unlimited outer space. It's an illusion, say scientists. I see the deepest blue at daytime, unlimited astral garden. When night comes, is it really an illusion of blue or a dispersion scatter plot of astral lightning? Limitation of eyeshot builds a blue sky, visually existent. Then, should I tell you, disability have an amazing ability too? Imagine, no sky here actually, no cover for eyesight or any landing spot. Vision nevertheless going on, a non-stop going, vanished nothingness. Hence, how long? Thoughtful ship sinks into a foggy sea-like blue. Spaceship rounds in sky like nothingness, leaving behind sky after sky. Therefore, the real sky, seven skies, house of God, no, nothing. Is it possible? If yes, then how and where he would be resided to be created? Someone sings in a nearby heart, millions of stars in the sky, but the moon is only one. Rush to the spot and ask, where is the sky? He raises his hands to the earth. Dark night has captured the blue sky. Even though well-set bulbs are shining, where is the moon? Sitting two hands on couple cheek of his wife, he says, this is the moon. A meaningful speculation of nothingness brightens the beautiful skyline and vanishes all of cloudy eyesight of the existing sky. Dear friends, now in Bengali, প্রান্তিক আকাশ, অসীম মহাশূন্যে সসীম মিথ্যার মেজিক। বিজ্ঞানীরা বলেন ভ্রম, কিন্তু আমি দেখি দিনে প্রগাঢ় নীল, রাতে নক্ষত্রের বাগান। এটি কি সত্যিই নীলের ইলিউশন, নাকি নাক্ষত্রিক আলোর বিক্ষেপ বিচ্ছুরণ? দৃষ্টির সীমাবদ্ধতা নির্মাণ করে দৃশ্যমান আকাশের অস্তিত্ব। তবে কি বলবো, অক্ষমতারও একটি বিস্ময়কর সক্ষমতা আছে। Dear friends, it's time to be ended. So I express my gratitude to all of you for hearing my poetry. I'm delighted really to have with you. So I would like to meet next time, and thank you everybody for being with us and reciting my poetry.